Good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this, or indeed whereabouts in the world you are. I'm MoD, this is Euro Truck Simulator 2, episode 146, and we're going to continue with the joypad. We got the joypad back. I did miss my little joypad. And I know I said in the previous episodes that we are going to catch up on our sleep first. You may have noticed Matilda's a little bit out of position from how we were in the last episode. I want to basically having the oh, the dead zone's a bit off there. Steering looks okay, I think. Yeah, having the steering wheel plugged in has messed with our controls a little bit, just a little bit. So where's the steering axis? There. We got a dead zone back. That's okay. Just a little bit of one. But I'm not entirely sure if all of our settings are okay in terms of all this menu, all that. Oh, we definitely need to tweak the dead zone a little bit more on the looking one now. So I mean, I've just got to make little tweaks here and there, little tweaks. A little bit there. That'll do there. But I want to get through this one episode just to make sure that we've got all our tweaks correct, all sorted, correct, etc, etc. Make sure the steering's right, everything else is right, because then I can resume the challenge that we set down for ourselves by you guys. The no damage, no penalty, city camera angle, and no external cam when parking challenge. You know, but that one. Going to the main road. Now let's start today with a major announcement. I've quit the Strangelands server. Boom! There, I said it. I've quit Strangelands. How do I start talking about that one? Not in a great place mentally, as I may have mentioned in the last few episodes. I'm having a bit of a rough time of it. And there's been a lot going on with Strangelands that's been taking its toll on me mentally. Yeah, I generally don't like big group sessions with recording, which is what Strangelands tends to like to do. And oh, we hit someone! Yay! Again, getting used to the tweaks. But you know, there's never been any pressure to join in with big group sessions, so I've been able to avoid them. Discussions, on the other hand, and people not respecting other people's opinions, not overly keen on being ripped apart in the main Skype chat and then being told privately what they think of me. So I'm just thinking, okay, mentally not in a good place, need to sort my shit out, can't be doing with this right now. I leave behind some great friends on the Strangelands server, and I would like to invite some of them to join me on an episode of Euro Truck at some point in the near or not so near future, who knows. But before anybody asks, I'm not going back to Strangelands. I'm concentrating purely on my Tuxedo stuff. I need to get my head back together, stop going on about these emo rants that I've been having lately. I don't enjoy myself being like this mentally. But equally, I don't enjoy being trodden on and treated like a piece of dirt. So, there we go. In terms of my recent issues with my rants and ramblings and sharing my thoughts with you guys on recent Strangelands videos, it has to be said that a lot of it is actually down to not living with Mrs. Wallowitz anymore. Allow me to elaborate. Before, when I was living with her, there's always the worry that she was going to interrupt the recording session, or anytime I tried to do anything she wasn't very encouraging, etc, etc. I mean, I'm very grateful for the fact that she put a roof over my head, but I always felt like I was in the way, under her feet, a hindrance, you know? And so, since living with Murtai in our own place, and I've just been basically sorting through issues one at a time, and the other day we came up with one. I'm just sat here watching some old school 80s sci-fi TV show intros. Specifically, I was watching the theme tune to Ulysses 31. Great show, really was back in the day, and I happened to have them all on DVD. So I was watching this and it just triggered a memory, a flashback of my dad basically telling me I wasn't allowed to copy anybody, it was bad, it was wrong, blah blah blah. And anytime I try to do anything on a Minecraft server or a YouTube video or anything like that, I automatically think, no, I can't do that, it's copying, it's bad. And the reason I think this is because of my dickhead of a dad. And that's the reason why a lot of people do copy, because they want to take ideas, put it into their imagination, and play about with it, and then spit out something incredibly awesome at the other end. I unfortunately seem to have some sort of mental inhibition against taking other people's ideas in case I'm accused of copying. Which is why the interior to Blackwatch stayed as bland as it did for as long as it did, because, oh, double mod. Because I was afraid of taking other people's ideas and just going, right, I basically stole this from this person, I stole this from that person. And this might, I know Moroka, you're watching this. This is why I asked you for permission if I could take your post office idea, because I've not seen that anywhere else on YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, that's your idea. And I know a lot of what people do on Minecraft servers is essentially stolen off of other people anyway, but you feel where I'm coming from? And this is probably a subconscious thing that's only recently come to light in the last couple of days. And I spoke to Murtai about it. She's not a psychology expert, far from it, but she is my best mate, and she does understand a lot of where I'm coming from, what I'm going through. She's been there, done that herself, and I'm still not 100%. I'm a lot better than I was, by the way, thank you for asking, guys, but I'm still not 100%. So, working through me issues and all that, slowly, one by one, we're getting there. And that's where Strangelands comes in. I don't feel like I feel like a lot of social situations on that server add to my issues. So I've had to take it. It's a drastic step, I know, but I have to be selfish. I have to put my mental health first. I mean, it's taken me a long time to get to the position I am in mentally, without having to worry too much about who I'm upsetting this time or who I'm not upsetting. Am I shitting on anybody? Etc, etc. So that's that one out the way and done with. With regards to the copying thing, I believe from an artist's point of view, you're not copying, it's taking inspiration. That is what I've always tried to do. I always try to take inspiration from my peers. Let's say, for example, this series takes inspiration from Kurt J. Mack's Far Lands or Bust series. I've made no secrets about that. This is a charity series, you know, justgiving.com/mod1982, give generously, blah blah blah. You know the drill by now, surely. But I don't like being accused of copying, because, and I think it just boils down to the upbringing I had where I wasn't allowed to copy anything. And this is why I struggle to come up with original ideas, because I look at ideas and I go, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that, and my imagination shuts down, which would also account for a lot of my artist's block. And so, do you see where I'm coming from? I've got a bit going on. It's just slowly dealing with it bit by bit. And because I don't have Mrs. Wallowitz in my face all the time telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm actually able to unpick my mind, as it were, bit by bit. I mean, I already unlocked some regressed memories about a year ago. When that one's definitely staying private. I dared to tell Mrs. Wallowitz about it. She laughed at me and told me I was wrong. When I remember quite clearly a different version of events to her, let's put it that way. Again, involving the father, if you could call him that. But yeah. It's like my favourite thing at the moment, but yeah. So, and that one as well. But yeah, so, I have to try and fix myself. The only unfortunate thing I could say about the Strangelands experience, other than what I've already mentioned, is when I announced to the group I was leaving, everyone that messaged me, great, supportive, can we keep in touch with you, mod, can we do some video recording with you in the future, not necessarily Minecraft but something else. Only one person has said that they're sick of me and they're glad to see the back of me. That's disappointing. I'm not going to say who, because I don't really want to go shitting on anybody or making situations worse than they already are. Although, you know, let's not focus on the negatives. Let's focus on the good times. I mean, it's thanks to Fixer that I was even on the Strangeland server in the first place, and he has been quite supportive through my own issues with a couple of people on the server. I mean, you know, if in terms of server hosts and runners, Fixer's up there, you know. So thank you, Fixer, for giving me the opportunity to join the Strangeland server. Thank you to everybody who has been on the server for providing great builds for me to walk around and look at close up and just look at. I mean, it's all very well sitting here looking at a YouTube video going, yeah, that's a nice build, but until you actually get onto a server and you can look at it in your own time and you can take in the details at your own pace, you could go, actually, this is how you build. And I think my own building on Minecraft has come on particularly strongly in the last 6 months especially. I mean, Blackwatch was alright. Babylon would have been good if I'd committed to it properly. But then look at the stuff I've been making on Arcadia with Murtai. Yes, granted that's... Oh, ow. Granted, the Arcadia stuff is... excuse me. Is largely in Murtai's input, with me adding a little bit of creative input here and there, but we're a good creative team at Murtai and myself, and I actually feel like I've learned a lot from hanging with Murtai as well. You know? But a lot of ideas that I've had have been as a direct result of being on the Strangeland server. They've got some really good builders on there. I'm not just saying that to try and be nice to people that I've left behind. You know how I roll. If I'm going to say something about someone, I'll fucking say it. I don't like shitting on my friends or my groups. So, yeah. It's been a good fun ride. But it has to come to an end. I've got to put my own... I've got to be selfish. I've got to put myself first. No, that's negatives. We're focusing on positives. I met some good friends, and this series of events has actually taught me who my friends are and who aren't. So far, just the one by the look of it, which is sad. I'm very much looking forward to hanging out with people in the future. I did, like I say, I made some great friends. I did. I will miss them. But I have already told people who I'm keeping in contact with who I'm keeping in contact with. If I haven't removed them from my contacts list yet. No, tell a lie. At the time of recording, everybody that I wanted to remove from Strangelands that doesn't want to talk to me or I don't want to talk to, I've removed. That's the whole 3 people. A whole 3 people out of the 15 or so that are on their crew. I think it was about 15 in the end before I left. So yeah. Merry, you've been a great riff-raff mafia with me, mate. Fellow Brit. I just wish we'd actually had the chance to properly do something with the riff-raff mafia. I do actually regret that. Squirrel, Tulkus... Not Tulkus, sorry. Tulkus will come to you. Squirrel, Pasta, and Dr. Jamie Neal Keppelmarsh. Oh shit, here we go again. Yep, there we go again. Wasn't even going that fast, was I? I hope. But you guys, Team Europe, great fun. Been enjoying that. My last prank, carry it out. Please. It's all set up, you know where everything is, you know what you have to do. Tulkus, you have been revolutionary, I think. When you first joined Strangelands, I wasn't too sure about you, mate. I really wasn't too sure at all. But then, when we realised what you were like in terms of panicking about, oh, I won't be kept on, and you were being overly negative, and then you were bitch slapped. We told you, no, stop being negative. If you keep being negative, it will just breed more negativity. That's something I subscribe to quite heavily. Negativity breeds negativity. If you think negative, you'll be negative, and it'll continue in a vicious cycle. So once you got it in your head that you weren't actually leaving, we wanted you around and we liked you, we saw the real Tulkus, and I like the real Tulkus. The real Tulkus is a fun guy. Especially when he goes into 16-page monologues of MoD, the Sinner, and the Saint of the Strangeland server all at the same time. I'm just like, dude, you have way too much time on your hands. Alzaraf, you joined Strangelands as a direct result of me inviting you over. Stick out the rat race, man. We'll keep in touch, don't you worry. Merry, Team Europe, thank you, Fixer. I get a funny feeling I'm missing people. I'm going to offend them. I know who not to thank though. But again, I'm leaving them nameless. It's a bit speeding offence. We don't care about speeding offence. Let's come back to Eurotruck. Let's change subject. Eurotruck. And they've been talking a bit about the upcoming Scandinavia release, and I think they're going to call it Going North. I think that's going to be the official name of the DLC, which is a shame. It fits in with Going East, but I don't know. Going North sells it short of what it is, because Going East was just an expansion of the map with some extra traffic added. There was nothing really special about Going East. Going North, as I believe it's going to be called, that's going to be magical. That's got all sorts of unique landmarks and features. It's got new towns. Oslo is supposedly going to be the biggest town of any city, any type, any type of map landmark on the entire game. I'm really looking forward to getting this game. I really am. Well, the game expansion. And I know every now and again I'll be trying to be cheeky because I'm a YouTuber. I can go to a dev and go, hey, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got this many subscribers, would you like to maybe send me a key for your game? But Eurotruck, I like it so much, I will happily pay out for the DLC. Happily. Because I believe that much in helping support them with their game. So when Going North comes out, you're going to have two different factories with different jobs on them for delivering vehicle components. I mean, are you actually going to deliver tractors? Are you going to be delivering tractor units? Are you going to be delivering components in the form of boxcars? I mean, trailers even? I don't know. I don't know. Well, so far, going back to the tweaks, they feel alright. It feels like Matilda should feel. Horns in the right place, windscreen wipers in the right place, looking around in the right place, and in the right axis too. That's always important. I like that we can look around at the moment. I should be abusing this a bit more. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The whole. It looks like it's going to be a great expansion, and not just a shitty Going East style one. I mean, we're talking legitimate proper upgrades, and they're going to have unique landmarks and other features which will make my life a lot more fun. I would like to spend a lot of time in the Scandinavia part of the world when the expansion comes out. On that note, let's talk about Saturday. This Saturday coming. It's a bit spontaneous, spur of the moment from my point of view, but Simon Parsons has been planning for some time to do a 10-hour live stream to celebrate him hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark. Excellent, fantastic, nice one, I say. Great. And that was at twitch.tv/Simon Parsons, as opposed to his normal Hole20. Is that even pronounced right? Hole20? And he wonders why I call him a manhole. I mean, yeah. I'm not. This is not an audience, Simon. Don't hurt me. But yeah, he'll be doing a live stream over on his channel, and I have challenged him to a session of Aber Rules. Aber Rules is a Minecraft game where you both go caving with Silk Touch axes. And you use Silk Touch as opposed to Fortune because it's a lot fairer, because Fortune is a lot about RNG, random number generation. I mean, you could be very unlucky and get 1 diamond, or you could be very lucky and get 3. And Arcadia is also very diamond heavy, so all you need is 1 or 2 lucky veins and boom, you've won. But so yeah, that thing again. Aber Rules, we're going to do that during the live stream, give his guys something to watch. And Simon's also asked if we could do some Eurotruck multiplayer on Saturday. I'm not planning on convoying that one. I might record it for Sunday's episode, just do a little snippets, highlights, best bit of. And Simon's asked if he can do some work with regards to my charity on his live stream when we do the multiplayer segment, in which case, Simon, you're more than welcome. JustGiving.com/mod1982, raising money for Papyrus, dealing with teenage suicide and removing the stigmas associated with, and let's not forget, big cause of suicide, depression. Well, not a big cause, pretty much the cause. I've never known anyone not be depressed going, oh, I think I'll kill myself today. That's just weird. Oh, 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 come on, Tildy. Come on. Keep going. Tap the joypad because I can't bash the console to encourage it to keep going. I am very much looking forward to... that means we have to do this job today. That means Sunday's episode will be the live stream, because I'll be recording it. And that means that finishing off the challenge won't come until next time. It's not a bad thing. No, so it'll be next Sunday's episode. No, next Thursday's episode, because Saturday live stream, recording, multiplayer, Sunday. So it means next Thursday will be the final challenge episode. And that's your deadline for getting in your donations for to get us up to £1,000. We're on 890 at the moment. I think we're on 1 month of Pink Mod, but if you guys can get it up to 1,000, then it'll be a grand total of 3 months of Pink Mod. Oh, stop. Where are you going, Tildy? I don't think Tildy knows where she's going. Or if she's coming or going even. I like how gently the rev counters was going up. But when we had the manual gearbox, when we had the G27 here, it's just a case of floor. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, we're doing 30 mile an hour in 7th gear. So yeah, Simon's hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. He'll be doing a 10-hour live stream this coming Saturday, twitch.tv/Simon Parsons. I'll put the link for that in the description. And I will be on it, challenging him to ABBA rules on Arcadia. Oh, I was saying about Arcadia before I got sidetracked about the multiplayer session that he wants to do on Eurotruck. ABBA rules, you get Silk Touch, you go down, you mine your ores, and you reveal them at the end of the session. I think it's a 20-minute mining session usually, and the winner takes all. Hence ABBA rules. I'm looking forward to it. I need to make sure my Silk Touch is in good repair. I need to make sure it's a good high efficiency as well, so I can just go pop, 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 without having to worry about, oh, has Simon done this, has Simon done that? No, I'm going to go pop, 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 and I'm going to win. We need to go exploring for a good cave first, though, I think. Which will be interesting, because from spawn, from Canton-on-Sea, which is what we're calling our spawn village, if you go north, it's all ocean. If you go south, we should be able to go south and west, but north and east is all ocean, which isn't very good if you're trying to find unused caves, because, well, that means you've only got really 50% of the land mass to go for. Unless you actually try making a mine shaft in the water and go down from there and go, right, this will do, bump, have a good one. I think once we get to this toll booth, I need me a drink. Oh, sorry, mouse. Come on. Start a toll road, off we go through. Let's get through to the other side of the barrier first and then have ourselves a drink, because I feel my throat is drying. My throat is drying up. Today's episode is not sponsored by Coca-Cola. I know usually we have Tesco Zero, which is Tesco's own brand, Pepsi Max or Coke Zero, whatever you want to call it. It's really nice. Nicest Coke out there, I think. But when we had Coke Gammon... Oh my god, I need to tell you about Bacon Day. Bacon Day is fantastic. Basically, you know, I may have mentioned in the past, Murtai and myself, I'm very blessed to have a other half that has similar beliefs to myself in that Christmas is a crock of shit, Easter can fuck itself, and another such occasion that can fuck itself is Valentine's Day. I mean, Murtai and myself, we love each other 365 days of the year. We show our affections to each other 365 days of the year. And one day a month we'll occasionally get shown it physically. Anyway, family friendly-ish mod, family friendly-ish. So, we've decided Valentine's Day is no point doing anything just to jump on the bandwagon of showing each other love and affection and blah 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 blah, because we do quite a lot of things during the year, and Valentine's Day is no different to any other day of the year. And then concurrently on our Facebooks, because we share a lot of friends as well, a lot of our friends will be saying, I'm single for Valentine's Day, I don't know what to do. Or we get the odd couple going, Valentine's Day is a crock of shit, is anybody doing anything, just want to hang out. So I've got a very itchy nose, I do apologise. So I says to Murtai, we should do something for all of our friends. Single, couples, etc. Something that doesn't discriminate against anybody. Murtai, straight quick as, bacon. We had a bacon day. And it was glorious. We bought several packs of bacon, some smoked, some unsmoked. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy! Why is my nose so itchy? So yes, as I was saying, fantastic idea by Murtai. Bacon sandwiches for everybody, and also she decided it'd be a smart idea to get some gammon. And then there's an idea that she read a while back, we're talking a few months ago, when she first got a slow cooker. And we got a joint of gammon. It was smoked gammon, and we tried Tesco Zero Coke in it. And we tried it, it was very sweet. The smokedness of the gammon was completely overwhelmed by the sweetness of the cola. It was just sickly sweet, not very nice. So Murtai says, let's try it properly. Let's try what it says on the tin. Let's try unsmoked gammon with proper Coca-Cola. Hence, Coca-Cola. We saw someone an offer, so we decided to buy a couple of bottles. One bottle for the slow cooker, one bottle for us. And by us, it turned out to be me. Oh, boingy. So it was all good fun. And the Coke gammon came out beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. A lot of fun. Lot of fun. And it tasted very nice too. I'm recording this Wednesday night, obviously. Well, not that obvious, but you know. And it's Tuesday lunch that I had the last of the Coke gammon in sandwiches for lunch. It was very nice. But getting back to Bacon Day, it was just a nice way for us to do something with our friends and hang out with them and just catch up. And we also got to have bacon, which is always a good thing. Although the only problem we had was one of our friends that turned up. He's not vegetarian, he's not Muslim, but he doesn't eat pork. He says, well, I'm sorry, but I don't eat pork. Really? Yeah, sorry. Are you mad, sir? He replied, no, he wasn't mad, he just didn't like the taste of pork. We tried to tempt him with the Coke gammon, the unsmoked bacon, the smoked bacon, and he's like, no, I'm sorry, with all due respect, I don't eat pork. So we're just like, oh, we have to respect this, unfortunately. Means more pork for the rest of us, but it was very weird. But he didn't feel left out or anything, because he was hanging out with people, and we somehow managed to scrounge something together for him to eat anyway, because it felt very unfair leaving him out because he doesn't like pork. But he knew this when he turned up, that he didn't like pork and we were having a pork day, you know, bacon day. But it was a great laugh. Great laugh. And Murtai screaming in the background. Why is Murtai screaming? I'm going to guess the girls are doing something crazy. Murtai had a bath earlier, and generally when she has a bath, she has the bathroom door open. I have my bedroom door open. Not the bedroom. I have the studio door open. It's not a bed. This isn't a bedroom. There's no bed in here. It's a studio. I have the studio door open, so I can actually just talk to her while she's in the bath. And the reason we do this is because of Murtai's physical limitations. I have to physically help her in and out of the bath. It's fun, honest. So I've got my studio door open. The cats, they haven't been up inside the studio ever. All of a sudden they start unleashing hell all over the place. Little bitches. It was great having them up here, but oh, I was so glad when they eventually decided, right, we're done here, we're leaving. Really? You're done now, girls? Thanks. You can fuck off now, you dickheads. But I couldn't close the door because I was talking to Murtai, and my studio is quite soundproof. Oh shit. That's not going to end well. Oh wait, we just flicked through to green, I think, as we went through. I only just saw that light. Only just. Yeah, speeding penalty, don't care. But the cats came in, made merry hell. And the cats are coming out of the shell a hell of a lot more, actually. They've been outside for the first time. That was awesome. Although, I'm a little bit scared when Matilda decided it'd be a fun idea to investigate the railway line behind the house. And by investigate, I mean she didn't go all the way up to it, but we've got some diggers behind the house working on the lines at the moment, doing some sort of reinforcement work, I imagine. But Matilda was on top of one of them, sniffing it. During the day, nobody uses them. It's when it's night time and everybody's in bed that the diggers decide it's a good idea to come out and play, which pisses me and Murtai off no end. But because we sleep at the train, the other end of the house... I saw you coming! I saw you coming! Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Hands up if you thought I was going to drive into that. MoD doesn't suck. MoD doesn't suck. Na 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 na. And I had a little celebration jig and I didn't crash or die or get a penalty. Fantastic. Cats. Annoying. Coming out of the shell. Went outside the first time. Matilda went investigating diggers. Wouldn't come to me. Would not answer me when I said, Matilda, Penny, please come in. I didn't actually say it as polite as that. You know, it's me. I'm MoD. I'm a little bit more dickish than that. So I go inside. I says, Murtai, darling, can you help? The cats aren't coming in. She goes outside. Kit kits. Bus bus fluff fluffs. Straight away. Shum shum. In. How the fuck did you do that, woman? Oh, just looking at the other screen. I've got the webcam on the go as usual with Eurotruck, and I've got second monitor looking up with I can see my face on it basically, just to make sure it's coming through okay, a decent-ish frame rate. It's 2015, ladies and gentlemen. 2015. Back to the Future. We need a flying DeLorean, please. A flying DeLorean, hoverboards, and Mr. Fusion. That is my small list of requests for this year. Although from what I've seen on the internet, the hoverboard is actually a thing, near enough. Oh, feck it. It's very, I want to say crude. But it's not really that crude. It's a big heavy board which uses magnetic waves and it only works above the copper surface, I think it is. But it hovers. We do have hoverboards and that was 2014 we had them, so all we need is the flying DeLorean and Mr. Fusion. Something tells me we're more likely to see Mr. Fusion. I told you, don't care about penalties in this episode. It's next Thursday's episode we're going to worry about finishing off that challenge properly. So, yeah, good times. We should have some fun. Who's poking me on Skype? Why am I being poked on Skype? I can't look right now, I'm recording. So, some people are so rude. I mean, it's not like I've got anything pops up on my Steam that says MoD is now playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. No, God, heaven forbid. But that doesn't pop up on Skype, so yeah. Although it should pop up overriding the Skype window. I don't know. Fuck, people could even have been AFK when I decided to start playing the game. Jeez. Plus also, me playing Euro Truck doesn't automatically mean I'm recording. Although, given the nature of this series, I do only record when I'm playing Euro Truck. I only play Euro Truck when I'm recording. I know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It's my first proper episode trying to record anything since my illness, my cold, which is, like I say, it's getting there. It's getting better. I've spent a lot of time coughing and blowing my nose and all the other jazz. The actual, yeah, I'm MoD, I'm dying. That's going slowly but surely. That's going. We're slowly getting rid of that. Slowly but surely, we're getting rid of it. See, I haven't had a cold in about a year. I'd say over a year was the last time a year ago was when I last had a cold. But, because I have a reasonably good immune system. But, but when something does get through my immune system, it hits me quite really hard. I'm just one of those people. So, you know, it's not a case of when I get ill, it's a little thing, it's okay. It's a case of I get ill, I get ill. I mean, last Sunday, I couldn't do anything. The reason I recorded those last 2 episodes in a row like I did was because I was just that... I knew I was going to be ill, that quite badly. At that point was... But the last episodes you saw, I was just coming down with a cold and I thought, right, I'm going to get worse at this point before I get better. So I need to get better now. I need to record stuff now before I get worse. So I rushed around recording stuff left, right and centre. I've got most of this week's stuff done already, although it does sound like I'm quite ill in them, for obvious reasons. And then on Sunday, Murtai, bloody awesome girl Murtai is. Sunday last week I was absolutely horrible, grotty, didn't want to do anything. Murtai, bearing in mind, she has physical limitations because she's got a bad back and everything she does means she's in huge amounts of agony and pain. Murtai looked after me. So, I know you're not going to watch this, Murtai. You don't watch my Euro Truck anymore because you don't love me. But thank you, Murtai. That's very much appreciated. The way you looked after me and looked after me. Coffee, toast, soup, blankets, hugs. And threw me in front of my computer at one point. I do love that girl. I would be quite lost without her. There we go, I said it. I said it on an episode of Euro Truck while crashing Matilda. It must be love. Because, you know, I just crashed Matilda to try and cover up my tracks. But yeah, she's cool. We have a hell of a lot in common. And we've got a lot of differences as well. Like, I like playing my computer games that I involve interacting with people. She likes to play her computer games solo style. Like, she'll play Warcraft on her own for hours on end. Although I do hear she's now made a Horde character just so she could play with Drazar. Because Drazar refuses to make an Alliance character because he's a tool. And so Murtai's like, okay, fine, I'll make a Horde, I'll use my level 90 boost. And as sad as it seems, I actually know a little bit about Warcraft, enough to get me by for when Murtai does start talking to me about it. I suppose it's the same for her with YouTube. She has very little interest in the actual what I do with the comments, the recording, the rendering, the uploading, but she knows enough. So that when I do talk to her about it, well, when I say talk to her, I mean I talk at her. She understands what I'm on about and she isn't completely in the dark. Which is cool. We take interest in each other's interests, we support each other, and that brings us back nicely to the mental issues because she knows that I'm slowly unpicking pieces of my mind, and she's not going to be a complete douche about if I do unlock a new thing and I have a wibble for a few days. She's been incredibly supportive. When usually it's me that's the strong one that's supportive of her and my friends. It's nice to know that somebody's there to be my moaning post, as it were. And in the last 6 months in particular, I've come a long way just because I don't have the pressure of having to conform to Mrs. Wolowitz's standards or having to worry about her double standards or anything like that. I've just been able to focus on me, Murtai, and us, and enjoying ourselves. And doing whatever the hell we want. I mean, I've not lived with parents before. I spent about 5 years not living with parents, and it was the best 5 years of my life to that point. Up until the obvious accusation of rape and having to move back in with the mother, etc. But living with Murtai now, I think actually we could probably come close to not recapturing those times. Recapturing implies being unable to let go of the past. Former glories and all that. No, we're going to improve upon past glories. As Bacon Day is proof of. Go away, getting tired. I want to see the map, especially now we're turning. The sleep can wait as far as I'm concerned. We've got 38 minutes to get this parked up and done. Is it this turning? No. But it is nice to know that there is someone there for me. I mean, I know I've got people there for me and will listen to me and everything anyway. But I mean, whenever I need someone, not just a case of phone them up in the middle of the night and go, I need a friend. Not that I'd do that anyway. But it is nice that when I have been up here in the studio doing little things, preparing for when I'm better on YouTube, when my voice is better, it's been nice to know that I can just message Schmertite on Skype and go, darling, I've just had a slight wibble moment, can you help me? And she'll put her headset on, she'll give me a call, and she'll work through it with me. Maybe she should be in psychology, because she's quite good at what she does. She's a good friend. Bing part. Achievement unlocked, long hauler. 200 kilometer plus. Yay, we made money. We went level up elite. No hashtag mod sucks for us. We are elite. Yeah, let's have another level in fragile cargo. Right. Let's go rest up and everything. Ready for the next episode when we go find Simon wherever he may be. That's something we're going to have to maybe do on camera. Well, that's the point. Because of the nature of Simon's live stream, it may take a while for me to actually get to him and find him, etc. I might actually have to cut miles from the footage, which is not what you guys really want. It's certainly not what I want. I'll think about that as and when the challenge actually happens. Cheap repair job this time. We've got money. Yay, we've got money. Stop, rest. Now, I think we're done there. I actually think, yes, we're done. Loan installments. Let's actually have a quick look at the bank, see what loans we do have. We can repay that one to save ourselves a whole £232 a day. Why not? There's one loan out the way and done with. And I'm wondering, actually, is it worth getting an £80,000 loan? Yes, it is. So we consolidate those two. Repay. There we go. It saves us £1,500 a day just by doing that. Go mod. Go mod. Smart cooking. Anyway, that's been it for episode 146 of Euro Truck Simulator 2. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with regards to Strangeland's decision. I do look forward to keeping in touch with people, of course. I'm not sure what else to say on that one, really. Thanks very much for your support. You know who you are, guys. Dream big. I need to catch up with comments. I am about 2 or 3 weeks out of date with comments. But dream big, guys. And we'll see you next time for some more Euro Truck Simulator 2. Bye bye.